What's up, guys? Barry Gaming here, back with some more Idle Heroes news for April 8th, 2021. So, we have the next week's event coming up. We have some quality of life changes that seem very, very good because, well, number one, you can reset mistakes when it comes to Star Spawn. Number two, you can also spend less time daily with everything Guild Wars and guild related. I'll tell you about that here in a little bit, but make sure you guys take 1 second, hit that subscribe button. We are literally at, you know what, I'm going to look right now while we're live. We are like 200 subs away from 45,000 subscribers. So guys, if you have not done it just yet, I know I probably sound like a broken record. We're almost to 60% of everybody viewing these videos actually sub to the channel. Imagine if we had those other 40%. Take 1 second, hit that subscribe button, enter all the giveaways, and let's jump right into it. Alright, so starting off, we will get the daily rewards of 4 dice and 150 gems, same as always. Again, this is Imps Adventure Week coming up here. We have the standard rewards. Be interesting to see if they ever buff these rewards. I honestly don't think they will. I do like how Imps Adventure is just the normal event, plus maybe a little something extra if it falls on a holiday, which is kind of cool. But I mean, it's been a year running with this event. It seems to be probably one of the most popular and favorite events. Number one, because it only costs 4,500 gems to complete. Plus, it doubles up, and makes you want to do shelter event. Of course, that coveted 200-star checkpoint is the big one. Getting an extra hero copy from a non-light and dark 5-star hero is pretty big. You get food, you get all the nonsense, and of course, speaking of shelter and dice, you need to do all of these minus the light and dark. So, Shadow, we have Ithaquil, which is probably arguably in the top 2 to 3 first E5 heroes. Maybe 4. I guess it just depends on your priorities. The two big ones here are Ithaquil and Penny. They're probably both in the top 4. The other two being, of course, Inosuke and Eloise. Yeah, I mean, Penny has gotten better, but Penny requires very high, like Void 4 imprinting to really pop off, where a lot of these other heroes can get Sealand done before that without support. They can get it done, like Inosuke can get it done with like V1 plus. Ithaquil kind of requires a lot of Tix copies, so she's not very easy to get Sealand 20 done, but she can without needing things higher than 5 stars. Whereas Penny, I mean, she kind of needs a lot of Void imprints or a lot of help. Same with Delacium. Delacium is an okay first E5 hero. Nothing amazing. Probably the best if you just want to build an Abyss hero, though. But still doesn't compare to the Shadow and Fortress faction heroes. He is great in PvE. Definitely pick him up if you're early game. Do I tell you to make him your first E5? Probably not. He's better as a 10-star in an Ithaquil army, or a Delacium army. There we go, Delacium army with an Ithaquil. And then the last one over here is Garuda. Was once probably one of the best PvP heroes. Still semi-relevant in the mid and late game. End game, of course, she has completely fallen off the meta, but she is also another okay first E5. She does need like V3 plus and like another E5 to get Sealand 20 done, but there is a path there. And then, of course, we have Mim and Belrain. I mean, maybe you grab a Mim if you're trying to go for like Guild Wars and IDA, just those extra lineups with Mim cheese. Belrain just doesn't have a use anywhere. And if Barry Gaming, the light fanboy, is saying don't build the hero, don't build the Belrain, not right now. We have Ormus Workshop continuing for the second week, so make sure you're building, breaking down all that fun stuff of your artifacts. The one thing that you got to remember too is during Ormus Workshop now you can actually claim double the dust. You can get up to 60,000 of the resource instead of 30, which is a nice little perk. And we have second week of Glorious Boost. Now, sadly, the event we're going to have this week is Imps, so there's no way to generate extra feathers. So if you don't already have them from doing Heroic Scrolls, you're probably not really going to be able to touch this event too much. But again, Crown, A and B, still kind of those top tier PvP artifacts. I mean, Crown has really come out as being one of the better ones again because the meta got so fast, 1 to 2 round PvP meta, that all damage reduction was huge. Fiona now is extending that life of the meta of the combat out to further than 3-4 rounds, but it still seems to be what it needs. The whole point is get Fiona to live that long. Demon Bell, of course, is for energy feed for your Vortex runs. Besides that, Fiona has kind of curb stomped the energy feed PvP meta with all those shields. So yeah, I mean, if you're doing it for PvE, definitely go for the demon bells. We have an adventure package. I believe this one is a $50 package. 10,000 gems and 30 dice. That is pretty spicy. Plus, you're getting that luxury non-light and dark selection chest. I believe what the luxury portion is that it includes, I think it actually includes the most recent hero. So this chest should actually have Fiona in it if it's someone you're going to build. So yeah, we'll take a look at that once it hits live. Value packs, same old, same old. The increased dice numbers I think are still here, right? I think these increased recently. Maybe not. I might be just losing my mind. Of course, use it if you want to get new checkpoints. And we have a decent amount of function updates to go over. So, number one, of course, it is the second week since Fiona came out. So enlisted Fiona to the Prophet Tree and the Super Wishing Fountain. Number two, this one is pretty good. Inosuke's limited skin Solitary Wanderer is finally going to hit the Glorious Temple in Skin Fusion. Of course, don't use relics on skins. Trust me, just don't use relics on any skin whatsoever. Optimized Guild War Smash feature. So this one is pretty big right here. Now you can set up lineups to challenge all corresponding forts at one time by tapping the Smash button. So think of it as the same way that you do in Celestial Island. You can smash all the islands at once. You're probably going to want to go through the first time you hit the smash button in Guild Wars. Make sure every team is kind of like exactly how you want it set up. And then if you want to take the nice, easy, lazy, idle route, just hit the smash button. I mean, that's what a lot of people do. I think at this point, there's very few people that actually take the time and gear swap and do all that non-fun stuff to optimize Guild Wars. If that's for you, continue doing it. If not, the smash button's there. It's going to be awesome. The other thing that is going to make your daily tediousness of doing dailies go down is they are optimizing the display of Guild War members' points during Guild War. So those are now going to be displayed daily for each person. And they're going to make it so the guild sign-in feature is no longer there. So you don't have to hit that button every single day. And, you know, I think what it's going to do is just going to automatically grant the guild points every single day. And that loss of 50 guild coins will just come as a bonus in the settlement quest. They're just going to give us a little bit extra to kind of compensate. So there's nothing lost there. They're also optimizing the UI of Guild Tech. I actually didn't see that note at first. That is interesting. Not quite sure what it's going to look like, but hey, as long as it's just optimized UI, no actual changes, I think we'll be in a good spot. We have another big change, and that is added a new feature, Star Spawn Reset. So I talked about this the other day. It consumes 1,000 gems, so a little pricey on gems, but you get to reset a Star Spawn back to level 1 and get all of the cultivation materials back. You don't get a loss like when you regress a hero. You get them all back. So like me, I have the light hero or the light spirit up to level 110. I'm going to regress that pet and put it all back into the whale pet, the transcendence one. That is a smart move to do. Now there's a couple things with Fiona, but I want to double check something real quick. So I've been trying to get clarification for about the past half hour from the development team. If I do get the information before it goes live or even after, I will explain it to you. But there's a couple changes to Fiona. Hoping they're not nerfs, hoping they're not buffs. Hopefully it's just like a change that nobody really experienced, but we'll go over a couple things. The first fix looks like a fix. So it's saying here that they fixed the problem that Fiona always chooses an enemy standing in the back row when none of the enemies have sanction marks. So I guess for some reason she was prioritizing back row and it wasn't a true random basic attack. The effect will now be consistent with the skill's description. So that one sounds good. The last part here makes me a little leery. I don't know what to make of it. So I'm going to read it word for word what it says and then we're going to talk about it. It says, fixed the problem that the cap of the shield strength does not take effect properly. The actual effect will now be consistent with the description. The shield strength caps at 5,000 of its own attack. Okay, so we got that. Number one, it sounds like maybe right now the shield isn't properly capping at 5,000 of an individual hero's or an individual Fiona's attack. So there could be a couple different things here. Number one, it could have just scaled indefinitely. So if you got Sherlock's Doving and you still got Fiona's on your team, you could just get like this infinite stacked bubble. That could be one option, and they might be fixing it to drop that back down to just a hard 5,000 of attack. Number 2 is this could be something to do with multiple Fionas on a team. The last part that says the shield strength caps at 5,000 of its own attack makes me believe that if you have multiple Fiona, technically that cap might be 10,000. So it might be 5,000 for Fiona 1 and 5,000 for Fiona 2. And the possibility could be that right now, having multiple Fionas is a little bit detrimental. You get to that 5,000 cap faster, but then you get capped off. So we're going to have to see which way this plays out. And of course, the of its own attack is a little confusing. Does that mean Fiona's attack value? Does it mean the target attack value, much like Olivia's Fairy Guard? We don't know. So we're gonna have to find out. I'll try to get that information for you as soon as possible. If I do get it in the meantime, I might just make a quick post, maybe a story or something like that, just so I can get the information to you guys, because it's kind of important to know, especially people are waiting for the last day to summon Fiona, especially after seeing how much we've made a big fuss about how amazing she is for the PvP meta. So we'll check it out. We'll get you the information. As far as our schedule goes for content, we're pretty much on like a 2, maybe 3 video, like a day schedule. So if you want to help out the channel, well, baby Barry is being raised by Barry Gaming because I'm spending a lot of my time with the family right now. Don't worry, guys. You might see like 2, 3 videos, but I swear I'm only taking an hour or 2 out of my day to have a little bit of fun, kind of get a breather, get back to the norm. It's good. Don't you guys worry. I'm not burning out. One thing I will say is a lot of people like, Barry, slow down, you're going to burn out. I don't burn out because I enjoy doing this. I love making every one of my videos. I know a lot of people are like, oh, he doesn't enjoy it. He's just trying to, pump videos out. Nah. Every account I use, I love until I don't, and then I stop, and that's my anti-burnout. So don't worry, guys. Barry Gaming's good to go. Get you more videos. I'll see you guys next time.